Throughout its life cycle, an IT project undergoes 5 major process groups: initiation, planning, executing, monitoring, controlling, and closing. For the purpose of this video, we will be focusing solely on what we think is the most crucial phase, the initiation. The initiation phase of a project is everything that occurs before a project is approved. This is where we measure project's value and feasibility in order to reach a decision about whether or not we should pursue the project. Several things must be identified during this stage: the development of a business case, feasibility study, project charter, and stakeholder identification. Let's start with the business case. The general outline of a business case is as follows. This document justifies the need for the project, and it includes an estimate of potential financial benefits. Without a business case, the organization wastes valuable resources on projects that don't help it achieve its goals. The organization has no clear basis for prioritizing projects. The project is likely to cause disappointment. No target is established as to why the project deliverables are being created. And lastly, the organization has no opportunity to improve its project management maturity. Next up is a feasibility study. The feasibility study focuses on answering the essential question of should we or should we not proceed with the proposed project idea. There are several components to it: a description, market feasibility, technical feasibility, financial feasibility, and lastly, the organization feasibility. Market feasibility determines the depth and condition of a particular market. Technical feasibility lays out the details on how a good or service will be delivered. Financial feasibility is a projection of the amount of funding or capital needed. And lastly, organizational feasibility is the definition of the corporate and legal structure of the business.
Next chapter is Project Charter. Project Charter is a document that officially starts a project. It formally authorizes the existence of the project and provides a reference source for the future. The charter gives a direction and a sense of purpose to the management from start to end. Project Charter provides a preliminary delineation of roles and responsibilities, outlines the project objectives, identifies the main stakeholders, and defines the authority of the project manager. It eventually serves as a reference of the authority for the future of the project. There are several major elements of Project Charter. There's a project purpose that gives everyone direction and clarity regarding project decisions. There's a measurable project objectives and related success criteria. There's a summary of budget, there's a assigned project manager, and lastly, there's a summary of milestone schedule. Here is an example of Project Charter. Project Charter is usually created by the sponsor or the initiator along with the project management team. However, when the sponsor may lack the skill required to prepare a project charter, project management can be involved in the preparation of the project charter and help to prepare it. The next step is stakeholder identification. Stakeholder is someone who has an interest in or will be impacted by a proposed change. This includes the whole range of people from impacted individuals and groups to knowledgeable experts and implementers. For project success, it is very crucial to identify project stakeholders who have an impact on the project and analyze such critical information as their interests, concerns, and involvement in the project. To identify your stakeholders and their needs, you will need to conduct a stakeholder analysis, create a profile of your target community, conduct research to understand stakeholder issues and needs. Let's focus on stakeholder analysis. Stakeholder analysis involves identifying and defining type of stakeholders, mapping their interests, and determining the best stakeholder engagement strategy to use. This process helps to identify following. It is especially useful if your objective is to reach a targeted network of stakeholders and invite them to participate in your engagement. Here are some key questions to answer for each stakeholder. You should also consider how your engagement approach needs to change over time for each stakeholder as they become more or less engaged. So this was the initiation process of a project. Thank you for watching.